I got a spicy video for y'all today. Today is the day where we took our first L on the Discord, and I took an even bigger L, and I'll show y'all real quick right here. Yesterday I signaled that I was going short on Sheeb, and the stop loss was at 5%. So if you went long on, if you went short on that, if you went long on that, good job. If you went short on that, you got stopped out. Me, I actually had very low leverage, and I didn't set a stop, and I went to bed like a dumbass. And here I am now, sitting in a $500 loss on Sheeb and a $400 loss on ETH. Man, and it wasn't looking too bad on ETH this morning, but we just pumped out of nowhere. So I'm looking at about almost $1,000 loss in unrealized profits at the moment. Man, it sucks. It's not the worst loss I've ever had. It's definitely eaten out of my profits from last month, which really sucks. It always does, but hey, we roll with the punches, right? We roll with the punches. That's part of the game. If you make dumb mistakes, you don't use a stop loss, this is what's going to happen, right? So there's always risk in it, and luckily my leverage was very low, 2x, 3x for these trades. And I actually marked out my positions here. As you can see, I got really good long position right here. Haha, ha, right, really good. I think it was here actually. Really good long position. Yeah, it was a short. I shorted the bottom. It it sucks, man. It sucks on Sheeb. I didn't line it up with the timeline. I just lined it up with the price. So yeah, I got the exact bottom on some of these, which it happens. I was looking, tunnel vision on those smaller time frames. It'll get you. It'll get you. Like this is why I was on Sheeb, right? I saw this coming down, and it looked like a good short, and it turned out to be the bottom. Even though money flow has been coming out the entire time, the price just won't come lower, right? So it's it happens. It happens. Shit happens, man. What can I say? What can I say? Except I hope to get out of here at a little bit less of a loss. As you can see, we're kind of coming down. Last night when it pumped, um, and I was in a loss, and I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna hold. And this was actually up to seven. Sheeb was at like a $700 loss, and ETH was at like a $100 loss. So it's effectively the same. Just ETH is now a bigger loss than Sheeb. I should have pulled out of ETH. I knew Sheeb. I mean, Sheeb is a shitcoin. It's obviously most likely gonna come back down and save me. Ethereum is not. I mean, everything's a shitcoin, right? But Ethereum it's a strong asset. So holding a short after this much of a dump already at a loss and not taking that, I'm not too high. I was gonna take a 5% hit. I'm at almost 7% now. So, anyways, let's stop reveling in this loss. It is what it is. It's the first L on my Discord. My bad about that. Uh, we do win more than we lose, and this is still, even if I take this $1,000 loss, I'm still overall in the profits, right? For last month and this month. So we're good to go on that. It just sucks. If you look back at my entries on the public Discord in the link in the description below, you'll see for yourself that we have been winning a lot. So it's only a matter of time before we take this L. And for me, because I didn't set the own stop loss that I signaled, I'm taking a bigger one than y'all. So taking one for the team here, boys. We're gonna get the karma back though. What is this market looking like now that we've come down a massive amount? Well, the good news is, let's go over to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin. We got VWAP curving up. volume weighted average price curving up. We got a little bit of a hitch on the RSI, even though the RSI is coming down. Momentum is coming down. It's starting to slow down a little bit. If we zoom in a little bit to the 12-hour, we can see money flow is not happy. It never has been for the entirety of the past 2 weeks. Money flow has been very unhappy. This money flow divergence, RSI divergence, and this momentum divergence led to a massive dump that we predicted very well. Congratulations on all of our swing shorts. Now the short that I entered down here, yeah, it's not doing too well with the snake eyes, right? Snake eyes, or it's not really a divergence, even though it's snake eyes. It's because it's getting deeper on momentum and getting deeper on price. That is not a divergence. That I believe is a continuation, especially with money flow coming out, especially with RSI so low. This is just a healthy correction before more dumping. But this daily could give us hope. Is my prediction still possible of the little blood wave on the daily that brings us back up to a possible double top? Yes, of course it is. This is crypto. Uh, an 18% move can happen in an hour in crypto. So I would not be surprised if that, I mean, I would be a little bit surprised, but, we can get there. It's not looking too hot to just reverse and come back up, but it's possible. It's not off the cards. In all, we should definitely be bearish. If you couldn't tell already that the price is down 15, 18%, And on Ethereum, we are actually, or were, dancing below the weekly fib. And when we dance below here, there's always a potential to go lower. But right now, we're just playing above it to see if it can hold above. And if it can't, in these next few days, that spews pretty bearish signal to the market. 18% maybe over the month, right? Or if we do hold, back up 6-7%. It's probably more doable right now with the daily oscillation, the daily apex. I'm on lunch. Sorry, I'm just like sipping on my drink and everything. Oh, man. Feels bad. Feels bad to lose a grand. Well, it's not a grand yet. Those weekly fibs are amazing. Let me show y'all this. I don't got too much to say in this video other than press F in the chat below. F for respect, please. Alright, so we're looking at Shiba, and what did I want to show you here? I'm on the 15-minute right now. Doesn't matter what time frame you're on, right? Look at this. Weekly fib. Weekly Fibonacci. Pumps off the weekly Fibonacci. And where does it go? To the next weekly Fibonacci. Isn't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? One move goes pretty much exactly from one fib to the other fib. Almost perfectly. Right? If you had limit orders here or here, like if you had limit longs, limit sell here, boom, 28% plus leverage times leverage, right? Or if you had short orders here, boom, you'd be up 10% times leverage. That's crazy, bro. Same thing works on Ethereum, right? If you had limit shorts right here, when it comes up, maybe you get stopped out. Hopefully you don't. It's only 1%, right? Comes back down, easy take profits, right? Or maybe you have longs underneath the fib, right? You just right here, something like that. You'd be up pretty well. And then have your stop loss below the weekly fib. Keep dancing up. Maybe. That's possible. Or if you have shorts above the weekly fib, that would be really profitable. Unlike me, who has shorts all the way at the bottom, because FOMO hits us all, At some point, even experienced traders get FOMO'd every now and then, man. It is what it is. Overall, we're still bearish. The weekly Bitcoin. Ooh, we lost it. So yesterday, we had a blood diamond. Okay, it's still there on the normal candles. There was a blood diamond on the weekly. This is a bearish indication that has never happened before in the history of Bitcoin, right? It's happened on Ethereum once. Here it is on Ethereum, and that led to a 88% correction. Basically a 90% correction in the coin, right? Over the course of like, well, how long was that? A year. Bitcoin is now showing a blood diamond. And it was on the Heikkens as well, but it seems like it has pumped just enough to move the EMA in the super trend back over. So when the EMA crosses, the top EMA crosses the bottom, the one below it, that creates a bearish X like you see here, right? So let me zoom in on that. When the EMA crosses on the super trend on that candle, it creates a bearish cross. And when a momentum apex happens on Market Cipher Bravo, it creates a diamond, a red diamond. And when both of those happen on the exact same candle, you get bearish cross, momentum apex, you get a blood diamond, right? And those are fairly pretty dang bearish, especially on the higher time frames. And on the weekly, it's never happened before. Like I said, on Ethereum, when the last time one of those printed, it was almost a 90% correction. That is insane, right? It seems to be fighting it back. It still has 4 days and 7 hours to fight this candle on the weekly, whether or not this is going to confirm on Bitcoin. Ethereum hasn't even printed a red dye yet. Hasn't even printed a momentum apex yet. Total market cap has printed one on normal candles. So Bitcoin is really the one suffering here right now. And obviously Bitcoin's going to bring the rest of the market with it, the rest of the crypto market with it. It is what it is. But we still have 4 days before this actually confirms or not. And we need to be vigilant of that. Alright, so we need on the daily time frames, we need to lean bearish. We need to have a bias towards being bearish. When it was coming up and money flow was eking its way back up on these few weeks, we had a bias that was bullish and we made good returns. But we're almost all the way back down there now, right? And we need to have a bearish bias. So when this daily confirms and we get a little bit of relief, maybe it's possible to keep dumping through. But once it confirms and we get a little relief, which is most likely, we need to be expectant that it's going to get cut short. And when it gets cut short, we need to be short. That's my analysis for today. See y'all in the next one.